The day I got to Weymouth as an evacuee, I went to go visit the beach and I was super excited because I had never seen the beach before. The beach was so relaxing, you could hear the waves moving and the seagulls chattering, and you could smell the food in the distance cooking. It was so relaxing, and when I went into the sea with my swimming costume, and I was in there for hours having so much fun. That night I got back, I went to bed and I was dreaming about my family, if one of them were killed by a bomb. The next morning I went to the village school. I thought the teacher was so strict. She gave the cane to one of the pupils for shouting out. When I smudged my ink on the paper, she got really mad at me, and I got the cane and it was so sore, and it really hurt. The cane was sore and my fingers were tingling for ages, and I was sweating so much, and the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. I just wanted to cry so much, but I couldn't.
Then I headed off to my new school. I was nervous that no one would like me. In class, I learned how to use code. It was quite exciting. I really enjoyed it. Then I went home, sadly. Later that night, I went to bed. For a few minutes later, I heard the siren went off. I quickly jumped out of bed and headed downstairs. They were all waiting for me. We headed off to the Anderson shelter. I was petrified. I didn't know what was going on. I was scared. I was crying. I wanted to know when it was all going to stop. It felt like it was never going to end. It was like bombs were dropping everywhere. It felt like they were never going to get out of here. As the days went on, I was getting nervous, and I wish we could get out of here. And it would all be over, but it wasn't over, and for another few days. My heart was beating as fast as a cheetah, because I was hoping the next bomb wasn't going to land on us. I was shutting my eyes and covering my ears, so the dreadful noises wouldn't hurt my ears. All I could hear was bombs and planes crashing everywhere, and zoom.
I woke up to hear yelling and screaming. Then, as soon as I realised what's going on, the air raid sirens go off. I ran downstairs to get my gas mask and sprint to my shelter with my host mum as she shoves me to the side.
Later on in the school day, the air raid siren went off. I ran to the shelter for cover. Bang boom went the bombs, crash clash went the buildings as they fell to the ground. 1 day went, 2 days went, 3, 4. I was still in the air raid shelter. 1 week passed, 3 weeks passed. I was terrified and I thought I would never come out.
Last night the air raid siren went off, and it's now 7:30 in the morning and I'm still in the shelter. I really hope I get to see my mum and dad again, and that we all get to live a good life together somewhere new. When the bombers are gone, I'm going to go to the shop and get my ration book and buy some fresh vegetables. I really hope we get out of here soon, because I'm really scared. My legs are shaking and my teeth are chattering, and I miss my mum and dad. My host family, Mr. and Mrs. Watterson, taught me how to knit a scarf for myself because I was so cold. I just really want the planes to go away and stop bombing us. Next door to us is where my teacher, Mrs. Harrison, lives, and she and her husband didn't have a shelter, so they had to come in with us. Mrs. Harrison has been teaching me some maths and English, so that when I do go to school, I can be in a class with my age. The teaching is going to be better here, because there won't be bombs being dropped on us all the time. If I have to stay here a long time, I think I'm going to manage to make some new friends.
It was terrifying. I felt my emotions drop like I was never going to get out. All I could hear were bombs and the sound of wounded people running. It was awful and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't sleep and I kept on thinking of my sister. I could hear the bombs going off. My face was as white as snow, and I was not ready for the life ahead of me.
I finally heard the other alarm. That must mean I can come out. My stomach was rumbling, my eyes were slowly closing, and all my hairs could hear were bombs exploding.
Then, as I slowly realised what's going on, the air raid sirens go off. I run downstairs to get my gas mask and sprint to my shelter with my host mum as she shoved me into the side of the door of the shelter and runs in, and a bomb drops right outside.